If I was to say that data is really critical for backing all your decisions, nobody can deny. But if I say the metrics can lie, that's also correct. And I have seen this happen several times across the turnarounds I have done. To give you an idea, suppose I'm talking about going fast. I am going at a speed of 120. It looks really nice that, okay, I am ahead of so many. But I forgot to see that what is my mileage, how much is my engine heating up. If my sales are going up, is my profitability also going up? Are the systems streamlined or people working under stress? Data is very important. Everybody knows for decision making. But there is a caution. Metrics can also fool you. But in most of the cases, when we say this decision is backed by data, we are certain. Suppose I say my sales is very high. That means my company is doing really well. So when my sales is growing, are my systems balanced? Is my profitability also as high, or the other two are low? That means this metric is not enough. From my own experience, I'll share. In one of the cases, the sales was very high, but the profitability was in negative. So when we got into the depth, we said, okay, how did you increase your sales? Now the thinking is, if sales increases, the profitability will come back. So what they did, they increased the discounts. They increased the incentives for their own sales team, for the markets, the distributors. And that meant the profitability eroded. They even got bad debts because some customers they should not have been sold to. The problem was even worse. Because this was done end of the month, the last 7 days was a lot of pressure on the production team to send the material. But the first 10 days, the markets were choked. There was no production. So just imagine the last 10 days, I am working full steam, working overtime. There are maintenance issues, quality issues because we are pushing everything through. The quality percentage rejection also goes up. And the first 10 days, we have got full labor, we are paying them full time. But they are idling. So this was not okay. So the workload had to be balanced. Second, their OTIF, that is the on time in full, was very low. It was as low as 48% because they had a huge range of about 2,500 products. As per them, it was huge. It's never huge. It's how much can you manage? Is it beyond your management? If it is beyond your capability, then it is huge. In this case, matter was something like this. So what they did, they increased their warehouses. They increased the warehouse space. And the head of the marketing was also looking after the warehouse. His instructions were guiding the production planning, that this volume keep increasing so that whenever a customer comes, the sales should not get lost. On the contrary, what happened? The average aging, the time, the number of days and months an item is lying in the warehouse increased. Our working capital increased. We were just holding material. Just imagine it's like interest. Every month, like you pay interest on working capital, my products lying on a shelf is getting more expensive. It was again a waste. What had we had to do? In both the cases, we had to see with both the eyes. With one eye, I can see an image. With two eyes, I can see the difference in the depth. I can see the complete picture. This is how you have to see the metrics. There are always balancing parameters. One parameter like sales, one parameter like profitability, one parameter related to the systems. How much is it overstressed? How much people are overstressed? Is there an alignment in the team? For example, coming to the shop floor, people say that our productivity is really very high. In another case, the equipment cost was huge. Each machine would cost about 3.5 crores. So they said, okay, let's keep the uptime very high. So the uptime was high and the production was done in full swing. So the molding machines, their paint shop, everything was working like that. What happened? Their preventive maintenance, their scheduled maintenance timings dropped. And suddenly, it's like the vehicle is going so fast and it crashes. That happened. The rejections piled up like 40, 50, 60%. And one had to go where? Go back to the basics. Do how much you can. First, manage the flow. Streamline the systems, processes, and the people. And do not miss out on the maintenance. Once that was done, it took just 2 to 3 weeks. They were back. The sales this time surged because they had taken care of the other aspect which we had seen in one eye and not seen from the other. So always think. And the business turnaround leader, he is like an orchestra, the person who is managing the orchestra. Somewhere the drum beat is very good, somewhere the flute is missing. He has to see all those things going in sync. It's like managing a seesaw. A business turnaround leader sees what a contradictory thing. For example, is my inventory days too less? Then does it mean that I am losing out on production opportunities? Whenever something has to be made, something is short and I have to change the production plan. And this is also like a greasing point. Is there stress on the system? Is there a lot of firefighting going on? So think fully, see the complete picture. A business turnaround, I won't say an artist, but the person who is looking after turnaround, he cannot say I'm looking into this function. The complete end-to-end, what the supply chain is giving, what the customer wants. In business, measure what matters. Ignore whatever measures are for flattering ourselves. Because the numbers don't lie, but numbers can blind you and you may not see the true picture. And whenever you're looking at one number, for example, sales, as I started with, always see a balancing number. We always see like this. We don't say this high. There is a second hand needed. If the inventory is high, you have to see other parameters, such as one could be a working capital block. Second could be, have the line stoppages reduced? Have the OTIF improved? So if the OTIF is improving on time in full, is the inventory balanced? So there are various ways. For example, one matrix, the second balancing matrix, like a seesaw, as I explained, plus the impact on people. So let the numbers guide you, the technicality leads. Absorb it inside and see what your mind says, what your intuition says, and pick up one metric, and that one metric, like a sniper shot, the rest will get taken care of. Do you know your metrics? Have you identified the right metric to work on?